Yes guys, welcome from me, this is Championship Manager 0102. We've dug in a little bit now to do a video that I have done before a couple of years ago, and the reason I'm doing this again and giving it a little bit of an update is because there was a comment that came up and somebody asked my perspective on the update. Now I've been clear about the update before, about what my views are, and in respect of how hard it is. It's bullshit, you know, it's really hard. But don't get me wrong, and I think like a lot, we all want the update because you want the game as close to real life as possible. I know I do, that's why I have an install of the update as well. So there's no doubt that that's why I have it, but I just don't have any game on it. I only really run it for tests. So as you can see in the title there, default tactics. And I thought I'd use the update as a good springboard for this. Now, I say default and preset tactics. Now, the preset, I have explained this before in a previous video. So, I've just fired up a game. As a minimum database because it doesn't affect what I'm about to show you. So, we'll just go with the mighty wankers, the mighty gunners. Okay, so preset tactics and default tactics. Let me explain what they are. And the reason I've opted for this is because this is connected to my conversation about the bullshit of the AI. I don't want to divert from the main subject in hand here, but for me, the update and how the update is, it's just too hard. And it's not about, I don't want a challenge. That's not what this is about. The AI are so overpowered, it's bollocks. I've done so much testing on the update. Testers Manchester City already assembled the best squad probably in Europe, in the world. You can then spend £300 million to make it even more invincible, but then you just don't get any consistency and it fucking frustrates the shit out of me. So with regards to tactics, now when you go to your tactics screen, right, you will see you've got only when you first start a game. If you've saved your game and reloaded it, the term preset will not be there. Yes, load will be there, but preset will not be there. Load preset is only there. I don't know why it's there twice, by the way. Never really worked it out because they do the same thing. Load preset is only there when you first start the game and you haven't saved it. And if you don't believe me, try it. So, load preset. Now these tactics you can choose, and these tactics are all what's called the PCT tactics. They are the tactics that the AI use. All these tactics. What the fuck is that? See, I saw that there before, and that's a whip bob tactic. And I don't even know what it's here for. That is not a PCT tactic, because I believe all the PCT tactics, the AI, I'll call it the preset, all the AIs, They've all got to be named correctly, so I don't even know what that is. And I saw that there before. So, they've got to be, to my understanding, they've got to be named specifically sweeper, because that's what it was in the ODB, but they're not necessarily a sweeper. Well, that is, obviously, that is. But these tactics, these preset tactics are all, let's go to another sweeper default. I thought the sweeper ones, do you know what, I could have sworn, is it that one there? No, that's defensive counter. That is that is an awful formation. That is. Fucking hate playing against that. Me and Matt are coming across that a lot on our Game On challenge. So these tactics here, preset. Like I said, you cannot choose a preset tactic if you've saved your game and exited and reloaded it. You can only choose them. So these are all the tactics that the AI have access to. The 3-4-3, and the most common one that they all use is 4-3-3 default. Now then, I have a slight alteration on my preset tactics, and that is, right, if you've just fired up CM and you've put the update on, the preset tactics, like you see there, 4-3-3 default, the striker would be whip-wobbed, and it fucking frustrates me. This is what I was trying to do, to try and get around this bullshit of the update, but even that don't make any difference. So I use what's called, a PCT pack, which make it non-whip wob. So the AI have no whip wob players in any of those tactics. But I don't understand why that one there is. I don't think that's not supposed to be there. There's no way that one there. What the fuck is that? Because that is really fucking worrying. That is scarily worrying. Well, that's fun. Look at that. You saw that, yeah? You all saw that? It had both of them lit. What the fuck is that? They're both lit. Okay. A little bit strange, isn't it? Let me just try going to load preset on the other one. Does it make a difference? No, it's still there. So, what I would suggest, if you like a preset tactic and you think, do you know what, I like that preset tactic, because I've done this. I look at, forget default for a minute. So I look at that. I looked at 433 and I think, right, I want that one. I'm going to use what the AI use. Do that and then save it. Save it within your own tactics. As you can see, that is exactly what I've done. So what I've done is I load these default tactics, these preset tactics, and then I save them. That way I've always got access to them. Because they might have something that you think, you know, there you go. Not all of them. I didn't do the sweeper ones. So all this, you see, okay. So you save them, then you can load them at any point. You know, you ain't got to worry about if you saved the game and exited. Also, the AI also have access to the default tactics. Now that's these ones here. Now you've always got access to these. You know, I think they tend to, particularly on the update, they tend to use more preset tactics than they do default tactics. I think that's really for longevity sort of games that they start going into the 4-4-2 or the 4-3-1, 4-1-3-2, that sort of shit. But again, because I have my tactic pack for AI that includes no wibwob, 4-4-2, the goalkeeper, one of the 4-4-2 ones, the goalkeeper tends to be wibwobbed. And as you can see, none of the 4-4-2s are goalkeeper. That's because I have it set. Basically, I think the tactic pack is called AELON, or AEELON, AELON. And you can download that, and then all the files that come through, put in your data folder and replace it. You'll replace the PCT tactics with non-wibwob setups, like so. Let me just check something though. Yeah. And that's a common one. That is the common one. So that 433 default is the same as that 433 preset one that we saw. But the striker is not wibwobbed. Okay? And if you're really against wibwob, which I am, you can even disable this. The only downside of disabling this is that you then can't load a tactic. That gets disabled as well. So, that is what preset tactics are. You know, you can, if you have got the wibwob disabled, you can still, it means that you've got to make the tactic every time you want to change tactic. You can save it, but you can't load it. That's the only downside. But I like that. I like that because I just think, I fucking hate wibwob. I'm sure I've mentioned that before. So that is your preset and default tactics. So preset, default tactics, you know, they're massive. They are really massive. And as I said, let's talk more about preset. They are your PCT tactics. Don't get confused with TCT tactics. TCT tactics are your own tactics. They are these. They are what you can load. PCT are your AI tactics that they have access to. So when you fire up a preset tactic, like so. So let's take that sweeper one for example. Let's take that sweeper default. Right, now you might see that and think, oh, I quite like that. So save it as sweeper default. Oh shit! Fucking hell, let's do that again. Save it as sweeper default, and there you go. Now I can get to that anytime I want. Not that I would use. I mean, these have clearly been modified to go with the non-wibwob because a sweeper tactic. Surely it would be mentality would be defensive. Surely. That's, you know, I mean, let's just have a look if they've got any. See, they've even got individual tactics. I mean, you might even want to alter this and sort of go like that. I don't know. I know that the 433 is. I get that the 433 tactic. That's my own, actually. You can tell that's my own because it doesn't have anything after 433 default, 433 narrow. What the fuck is the difference? I mean, there's going to be a difference somewhere, I'm sure. So let's just. So that's a 433 narrow. Let's have a look at 433 default. Is there any difference? There's probably something different around here somewhere. I don't know. But there was one on the previous update. I'm sure there was something like that. See, the AI, I'm not 100% on how AI work, because I've seen it where they move to that. And I quite like that formation. But there isn't a preset that has that. And what I was thinking is, I remember doing a test, and Man United on the update kept doing really well with that setup. And I thought, right, okay, so let me find that preset tactic and work from it and use it as a base. But I couldn't find the tactic like that. So maybe the AI have the capabilities to have a 4-3-3 and to start altering stuff around. You know, I don't know. But who knows? So if you've got anything to add on this, let me know. And that's it from me, guys. If you want anything to do on CM, let me know. Until next time, take it easy.